every single time I had a download. Now, for those of you who aren't spiritual, but I'm going to assume that everyone's fucking spiritual, and if you're not, I command you to be a little bit spiritual.
And I think so many people are hyper fixated on this fucking strategy.
Yeah.
I truly believe that the strategy will come as you move.
If you guys are listening to this on Spotify right now, you won't get it. But if you're watching it on YouTube, you'll get it. So
You'll
like,
get
we're just doing light language to ourselves.
Yeah,
we're just over here being crazy, guys.
You know the vibe. All spice, no sugar. Let's get into it.
Alrighty, welcome back to another episode on the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. Today I am accompanied by someone so deeply connected to my soul, someone who's journeyed with me through so many soul evolutions and identity shifts and just the creations of who I am here today, the person that you hear in your ears on a weekly basis. This beautiful soul, this beautiful person, she is someone that I admire, that I respect, that I really look up to and love so deeply. She's not only guided me through my own evolution, but I've also witnessed her in her evolution from someone who was lost, drug addict in the past, successful lash tech, bit of a side quest there, to now leading a global movement, teaching people around the world how to fully activate into their spiritual gifts, to come online and connect deeper into their soul mission. She has founded multiple highly successful companies. She's a multi-7-figure entrepreneur. She is a mama of beautiful baby G. And it gets to a point where this person and this beautiful woman in my life, no amount of words can really encapsulate who she is on a soul level, on a human level, and an interstellar level as well. So essentially, we're just going to get straight into it. And I'm so excited to fully welcome Natalie Cutajar, my mentor, onto the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. Hello.
Hi, what an intro. Thank you. I feel so honoured, and it has been such a deep honour to see all of your journey. Like, I remember when we both did a course together and you were just this like fit, cool, bubbly person, and we lived very similar places in the Gold Coast, and I was like, we should catch up. And I was like, we should catch up. And I always had this like love and this passion for your energy. And I was like, one day we're going to be friends. One day we're actually going to do it. 3 years later, when we met at a random self-development event, I was like, you should do content for me.
I know.
And then I've seen your whole evolution from like being behind the camera yourself at my events to now being this incredible movement leader yourself. So honouring you and your incredible journey that you've been on, babe. It is a pleasure to coach you and support you. And I was just like, I just want to cry with love. I just want to cry with love.
Oh my gosh. Oh, babe. Like, I literally, we were just chatting before, because we can yap for hours.
We can yap.
We're like, should we be recording this? Oh no, we're just studying. But we were just chatting before, because like, how do we even put a conversation between us in 45 minutes? And something that really landed for not only myself and then also for you, Nat, and also for the intention of delivering you, the listener, the most amount of value, is something that we have both been shifting through recently, which is the identity recalibration, the identity evolution. Yesterday, you guys will see that there's been a bit of a rebrand happening in my world. And
babe!
Of course,
so
have you.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So I really want to dive into the identity evolution. And I've talked about this in the past. I've talked about like ego deaths and shifting, like quantum leaping, shifting into your next level. And I think it was literally only last night, I was like, oh, okay, the ego death is a piece, and then it's the identity evolution that actually carries you into the manifestation of a prior desire. Because yesterday at my photo shoot, I was like, I've had this photo shoot, this vision on my on my vision board since the beginning of the year, you know, when you do your New Year's vision board. I was like, yes, I'm actually living in the manifestation of a prior desire of mine. And I was like, in that moment, I was like, wow, like this is the pinnacle piece of the identity evolution. And for me, like it's allowed me to viscerally recalibrate or viscerally calibrate to my next level, which we're working towards 7 figures, obviously.
Oh, baby. It's so there.
It's so there.
Close.
It's so there. Yeah, I said to Nat the other day on the weekend, we were in a 3-day event together. How about we're having this conversation after journeying?
Every piece of our puzzle just always connects.
Just always. It's so perfectly orchestrated. Oh my God. And I rocked up to Nat and I was like, oh, I just realized this morning that to hit 7 figures, I only have to do 83K sales a month. And I'm pretty much already doing that. So I was like, oh, it's actually...
It's so much easier.
It's so simple. Yeah. And now having done that photo shoot and being in the energy viscerally of that evolution, I'm like, it's that those pieces of actually creating that in the now. And this is everything that I teach and everything that I talk about. And this is also something that I've witnessed and I have learned through you in how you have gone, like you hit your first million in your second year of business and then went on to hit your second million only 4 months after that. Like, that's unheard of. And I know we've had so many conversations around the how you have created that from a place of consistently shifting your identity.
Yes.
So I'd love for you to explain like your experience of that. And did you realize that was how you were creating your shifts, or was it something that just naturally evolved for you?
Great question, baby. Thank you. So I feel like there's a lot of pieces there. So the first piece is that I noticed myself that whenever I have a goal, I not only speak it into existence, but I feel it into existence. So it's the being aspect. I know that to create the vision of something that I'm calling in, I have to actually become that. So very simple. The version of you that you're creating to be, it's, you know, it's like it's the manifestation of like, I'm calling it in, I'm recoding myself, I'm telling myself these things, but then it's actually physically feeling it. And so one of the things that I didn't realize I was doing at the start is that I was always just hiring more beautiful people to do photo shoots with, and I didn't realize that every time I was doing that I was literally just creating a new identity.
Yes.
But I was like, I thought it was about me doing my goals. It's like me saying my goals, me having my goals out there. Then I was like, oh, actually it's all of these photo shoots of me actually becoming me, creating. And so yeah, so that's that first piece. Then the second piece that I love to do and that I didn't realize again that I was doing was every single time I had a download. Now, for those of you who aren't spiritual, but I'm going to assume that everyone's fucking spiritual, and if you're not, I command you to be a little bit spiritual. So
nice.
One of the things that I teach is when you get a download, as soon as you get a piece of download, as soon as you action it straight away, there's like this quantum shifting that occurs where you shift timelines instantly. And that's literally all I've been doing. And that's like one of the things that I taught you. I was like, babe, literally get it. And like, you are the best at taking action. You are the best action taker ever. And like, you are someone who also trusts your downloads so deeply.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I've coached thousands of clients now across the globe. And one thing that I notice is that whenever you get a soul download, you just trust it, you action it. And then of course you have that same thing that happens, the quantum shifting, the timeline changing just happens so rapidly for you. And so when I look at my success and your success of like, of course we trust ourselves, B, we trust our downloads, and C, we can fucking action anything that we need to. And that like kind of like loops into, creating this new identity. And I feel like at the start I had this goal. So when I was flying back from Bali, I was going over to mum and dad's house for Christmas, and I wrote on the plane, I will be a millionaire next year. And I was 28 at the time. And I said to myself, I'll be a millionaire. Now, like, as a backstory, Candy did mention before I was a drug addict, I had a $500 car. I spent all of my money
on $500 car. The squish.
The squish. Like, I just went all in on self-development. I just trusted and backed it myself so much. And then, you know, the evolution from the $500 car into what I've now created. We live in a $14 million home. It's incredible. Like the jump from back there 4 years ago to the version that I am now, I had no idea that I could bridge the gap. And so if we go back to that version of me and the version of me that was flying home to my parents' house, I just had this random idea that I was going to be a millionaire. I had no idea how it was going to happen.
So have you ever felt that previously in your life? Like for me, I have vivid memories in my mind as a child being like thinking I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family. Like I actually have, as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, like just thinking I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family and not knowing what that meant or how or what it would look like or anything.
Yeah, I love that.
But I do remember having moments of that. So was that like the first time you felt that, or you've kind of like had that?
Yeah, similar to you. So I think I was 17 when I went to my first like self-development event, and I did like this 2-day immersion of like breakthrough things. And then I went into a MLM. I tried a few different MLMs.
I did not know.
I was going to say, I don't think I told you the story.
What?
Yeah, babe, I like flew to Sydney and I did the whole like, MLM, I'm going to fucking message 100 fucking people a day. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, babe.
How did I not know this? Wait, was this before the Lash Tech days?
Before Lash Tech days.
Okay.
Before Drug Addict stage, actually.
Oh,
so this is like, you know, it's so funny, like all these little pieces loop. So then when I was about 22, when I came out of my drug addiction, I actually started reading. That's when I first listened to Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. It was the first time I started listening to that book, and I actually wrote out all these things and I had it all over my mirror. And I was like,
top tier book that is. Like you recommended that to me, and I only listened to it like a few weeks ago.
Did you? I thought you would have listened to it years ago, Del.
No.
Oh, it's amazing.
This is the first time I heard of it when you told me. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind.
Yep. By T. Harv Eker.
Yeah. Oh,
he's incredible.
Every day I'm like, I have a millionaire mind.
Yes,
I have a millionaire mind. I have
babe!
a millionaire mind. Literally, I'm like, this is like EFT and also just like reprogramming.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So part of the book, he mentions that like when you're out in public or when you're doing anything, hold your head and say to yourself, I have a millionaire mind. I have a millionaire mind.
And for some reason I just added in tapping because I was like, EFT.
No. I think well, maybe he does it. Oh, I've always done that as well, like tap. Yeah. And so funny. So,
and I rock too. Did you know? I have a millionaire mind. I have a
We're together. We're together. We're millionaires. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify right now, you won't get it. But if you're watching it on YouTube, you'll get it. So like, we're just doing light language to ourselves.
Yeah,
we're just over here being crazy, guys. So I had always actually thought I would be a millionaire as well. And I was that sort of person that I would try every single business. Like I started my first business at 15.
Yes.
So I always loved money. Yes. I frothed money.
Well, I started Uber in the country before Uber was even a thing.
Uber? I didn't know that either.
Yeah. I used to because I didn't drink when I was a teenager. So I became the local Uber in the country. And I would literally go out to all the parties because I grew up in the country. So all the parties were like out of town in the bush. Yeah. And I would charge people per seat to bring them back into town or take them home. So then I just became known as like the taxi. And so I would just charge people, and then if I didn't like someone, I'd charge them double.
You are so clever.
I know.
I did not know that about you. Of course. You're so smart. Your soul. Our souls are so smart. One of the things I love that you said last week was you were like, I just love my soul. And I was like, yes, babe. I love my soul too.
Yeah, my soul's so fucking smart. Clever gal. Clever.
Yeah, so to tie a little bow on that, I basically knew I'd be a millionaire. And it was like, go back to the story of me coming home from Bali. It was like that thought I had. So that then was like, all right, that's my goal. So on the back screen of my phone, on the back screen of my computer, all over my house, I had these little post-it notes of like, I'm a millionaire. And then that was it. I was like, right, I'm just going to recode myself. I'm going to hypnotize myself. I'm going to pay a guy to hypnotize me to be a millionaire. I'm just going to do it all. Yeah. I was going to hire the mentors that I knew would help me and, you know, give me the transformation because like, here's the thing. For those of you who do desire to be a millionaire, you can go and learn strategy. Cool story, bro. And though it's actually the embodiment, which is who you have to become, which is what you embody so well. And that's why, you know, there's so many people in the industry doing business coaching and doing energetic stuff and doing content stuff. And the reason you are so fucking good at what you do is because of how embodied you are. You're just amazing. I'm basically your number one fan, all right, guys? I'll sell her to the cows come home. Moo, moo, moo. Moo, moo, moo.
Oh, I learned that from you.
Thanks, babe.
I've witnessed your evolution in that. And yes, I remember vividly the workshops that you did for one of your coaching containers that I was filming content for.
Lol.
The journeys. And I remember you saying the faster that you can implement that download, the faster you'll see the rewards from it.
Yep.
And I took that literally.
Yes.
And so every single time I receive that download, it's like, boom, implement, boom, implement. And of course it makes sense because it's that consistent evolution and that identity shifting to align to whatever that download was. The faster that you can align to the identity who is living the download, the faster you experience the results from it or the gift afterwards. And this is just so cool, just with everything that we've been journeying through recently. And just between that and then also you another time where I was shooting content for you. You were just reprogramming my mind when I was just shooting content for you. And it was something that you consistently completely changed your identity. Because it's like we talk about this identity recalibration or identity shift of how we see ourselves. And there's an element of obviously how we see ourselves and how we see the world through the lens of who we're becoming. But then there's also, which is obviously all the subconscious reprogramming, how we think, how we feel within our body. But then a deeper layer than that is also how we present ourselves.
Totally.
And how we dress and how we speak and like the whole eyelashes, eyelashes are off. You guys notice, but eyelashes are off because I'm new identity.
Yes.
Eyelashes are off.
And it's like, for me, so I had eyelashes for 10 years and it was my whole entire identity. And I was telling Candy when I gave birth to my beautiful son, I was like, I can't wear these anymore. I feel like they're hiding me. I feel like they're a mask and he can't see into my soul. And so I was like, you should one day take your eyelashes off. Like when you feel ready, like I don't need to push you. Your soul will tell you. And of course she messages me. She's like, Nat, I'm about to do the photo shoot. I'm taking my lashes off. And I was like, yes, babe. And it's like, I can fully see your eyes and fully see into your soul. It's like such a beautiful, soft, like expression of who you are versus like having to have the eyelashes. Now, you know, we're both women that are confident, but there's still that layer of like masking, I feel. Yeah. And so when you took them off, how did you actually feel? Because you've had them for what now, 2 years, 3 years?
Oh, I've had them for fucking years.
Off and on, right?
Off and on for years since I was like 16, you know.
Fuck.
Yeah. So off and on for like 10 years. Yeah.
Okay, so how did it feel this time being consciously taking them off to reprogram the new identity? How did it feel?
Yeah. It was a little bit uncomfortable at first.
Totally.
And it's so interesting because in the room, like on the weekend when we were in Cody's room doing holographics, and I was like picking my lashes because I was just kind of dissociating from the process. Of course. And I was just like, and my eyes were so irritated. I was just picking off all my lashes. I remember looking. Also,
she was bawling her eyes out most of the time.
I was like screaming in like fetal position for a hot minute.
Yep.
That was a whole moment.
It was great. She went to the depths of her soul. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. It was great. Yeah, we love that. Yep. Fucking love. I love being in the room. I love transformation.
I love being a student and I love being a teacher.
Yes.
How good is the dance of being
so
both?
Great. So great. Oh my gosh. Anyway, here I am picking my eyelashes off. When we went home that night, my face was like red, like my eyes were so puffy from like all the crying and the breakthroughs, and my eyelashes, I had like 3 eyelashes just like poking out sideways, and I was like, this is fucked. And then, I was looking at myself and I actually really liked what I saw in the mirror, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. You're beautiful. And then Claudia, my bestie, said to me, she's like, she's like, oh, I had a download, you need to take your eyelashes off. And I'm like, of course.
Of girls, yeah.
And then so I was supposed to have my infill appointment
before your photo shoot yesterday.
Before my photo shoot. Of course, the day before my photo shoot. And I messaged my lash tech. I was like, change your plans. We're going to take them off.
Yep.
And for me, my brain goes, oh, I'll just get them one more time because I've got
Yeah.
my photo shoot.
Yep.
I'll just get them one more time.
Yeah.
And then I pulled myself up on that and I was like, how else is this showing up in your life if you just allowing that one more time? Do you want to fully commit to this evolution, or do you just want to keep, like 1 foot here and 1 foot there? Like, are you going to fucking jump in? You're going to tiptoe that shit.
Yes.
So I was like,
babe.
all right, I'm taking them off.
Well done, babe.
And I took them off and looked in the mirror. I was like, wow, this is like confronting.
It's confronting.
Yeah, I was
It
like,
is.
oh, I feel like a naked cat. You know those
Yes.
hairless cats?
Yes.
That's what I felt like.
Yes.
Yeah. Meow.
Yeah, I do actually know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do also want one of those. Do you want to know
Because
something
it's an
even
alien.
wilder?
Oh my God, tell me.
Yesterday, Warren and I were talking about this, and I literally said to him, I'll have a skinless cat. And he was like, we're never getting a skinless cat. I was like, well, if I turn up one day with a skinless cat,
But
meow.
it kind of like, they're so weird, but they're so
I like that.
mystical.
Yeah.
They
And
remind
they're
me of like,
vulnerable. They're
the-
vulnerable little
They
kittens.
remind me of Egypt in a weird way.
Oh, we did see lots of cats in Egypt.
We
didn't
did.
Little kittens.
Yeah.
So I just want to commend you on that. Because as we were just talking about how good you are at taking action. Literally, your bestie, Claudia, who we fucking love, by the way. Claudia,
Yeah.
shout out to you, babe. We love you.
We love you.
Like, Claudia had that download. You literally then text your eyelash lady like this. And so when I say you get a download and you action it straight away, I mean with anything in your life, because that
Mhm.
you could argue that that's not actually related to business, and yet
It
that's
is.
going to correlate into
Mhm.
your business, because that's the identity of who you are now becoming. And so I just want to commend you on that, babe, because it is actually like what we were just talking about. This is you in real life actually taking action. So
Mhm.
just well done, doll.
Yeah,
Well done.
thank you. But that's how you play the game. You
Yeah. It's how you play the game, babe. You
Mm,
play the
playing to
game
change the game.
to change the game.
Ugh.
Oh,
That's
we're
a
here to
rant.
fucking play. We're here to change some fucking
We're
games.
changing the fucking game.
So
Oh my
great.
God. Oh yes, yeah. So it was confronting, and then
Mhm.
it's interesting this morning because usually when I get up, I will go train or go to the gym, and because I'm used to having lashes on, I don't really wear any makeup.
Yeah.
So then when I got up, it just like was so in routine of just like getting up, getting changed, going to the gym, and then I realized I was like, oh wow, like I have no eyelashes. But then it was like there for a split second that thread
Cool.
came through, and then I was like, actually, I love myself.
I love me. I
love
love
me.
me. Oh,
I was like,
well
how
done,
cool.
babe.
I was like, I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel great.
It's a different level of self-love, isn't it?
Mm.
Even like I took my nails off whilst being pregnant and not having any, like I have had my toenails painted since I was fucking basically like a baby, like an infant.
Yep.
And so to take my nail polish off, I was like, oh my God, like who am I? And then I was like, ooh, I've got like weird, my toenails are like a weird color naturally.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
No,
Why is that a thing?
No,
Why?
I remember. I have a vivid memory. So like my mum, love you, mum,
Love you, Mum.
she owned a beauty salon growing up. So like, of course.
I did not know that either.
Really?
How did I not know that?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. She owned a
Keep
beauty
telling me more
salon
things about
growing
you.
up. So
Oh.
of course, that's why I had been getting lashes since I was like 16, right? So I just go to mum's salon, get lashes, get my eyebrows, get my nails done, all the things. And I remember I just have this one random memory because of course mum had her toenails done, and then one time she was just painting them at home, and I remember seeing her nails like this odd color, and I was like,
I will never get
I will
my,
never.
I will never take my nail polish off ever. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I literally thought that. But then just as an absolute side tangent here,
Such a
guys.
side
Side tangent.
quest.
So when I was channeling through my baby, I was like, I'm going to do everything fully naturally. So no hospital systems at all, like no scan, no bloods, no nothing, just trusting my channel completely. I was like, if I teach intuition, I've got to fucking be
Yes.
the walking example of this. So
Yes.
totally trust my channel. And though one of the things that I uncovered was that there is actually this chemical in nail polish that is actually bad for our ovaries.
That doesn't surprise me.
The fuck? These cunts are trying to kill us everywhere. I'm like, in
Yeah,
nail
yeah.
polish? Are you joking?
Yeah.
So I was like, right, I'm going to take my nail polish off completely. Anyway, just got my nails done. Just with some shellac there, doll.
Oh yes.
The other day, I went
Some
to a natural low tox salon.
Oh,
It was a fucking vibe.
that's a vibe.
It's so like I had a full
I mean,
chair
of
like
course
this.
you did. Yeah,
It
that's
was so
cool.
nice. It's like $120 just to get my shellac, but I was like, it's fine, doll.
It's fine.
We're wealthy
Abundant
over
as
here. Yeah,
fuck.
abundant as fuck. I was
Yeah.
like, this is great.
I love
It was anyway, it's a nice experience. We should go one day.
Oh.
We should do our session at a nail salon.
Oh, why
Let's
not?
do that. Let's just have some fun there. Because also
Oh.
it was a bit boring just like
Sitting
I was like,
there.
you can't do
You can't do anything while
forgot
they're doing
how-
one hand.
Yeah. And like time right now, I have a newborn baby for
Yeah.
the mums out there.
Yeah.
Like, time's very precious for me at the moment. So sitting there for an hour and a half, I was like, I can't work, can't do anything, just hanging out with this chick.
Just hanging
who
out.
also doesn't
Probably
really-
not talking to you.
Yeah. So next
Yeah.
time we should go. We should do two things
Let's
at
do
once.
it.
We like
Yeah. Multitask. Queens.
We love
love
it.
that. Literally. That's how I do my life.
it.
Multitask.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing.
Cool.
Mm.
What a side quest.
Yeah. We love it. We love a little side quest.
Yes. So anyway, shifting your entire external identity
Of course.
is the key piece.
Yes.
And it's funny how you say that you didn't realize that by you having all of those photo shoots
I
was
had no
you
idea.
recalibrating to the next level.
Mhm.
And I think this is interesting because for me, in my journey, I have just been implementing, like receiving, implementing, receiving, implementing, receiving, implementing. And I was like, okay, I'm not following a strategy. But I didn't need to because I was following my soul, and that is the strategy. And that's why I'm here. That is how I've created the huge quantum shift in being like, it'll be 2 years in November since since I started the business.
Wow, babe.
And I even think back to, wow, I was still nursing last year. And there was no quote unquote,
Whoa.
I know, feels
so
like 5 years
weird.
ago.
That's wild.
Yeah, so wild. And
Yeah.
I don't have any quote unquote strategy, but I had my soul. And that gave me every single piece that I needed to move the needle. And I think so many people are hyper fixated on this fucking strategy.
Yeah.
I truly believe that the strategy will come as you move.
I
And
agree.
there is no other choice for the strategy to then follow you.
Yep.
Because as you lead first and lead with your soul, it will then create the strategy.
Yeah, babe, totally. And like, the simple statement of action precedes clarity. And like the more you take action, especially when you're listening to your soul, of course, like the straighter the path, the easier the path. And then you can actually focus on who you become more, which we both know is what is actually going to take you there quicker. So fuck yeah, babe. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was chatting to a friend of mine who's also like a highly purpose-led creator today, and something that he said, the movement comes from the mission. And it's like, as you
I love that.
deepen and anchor into the mission, the movement is a byproduct.
Yep.
Because I feel right now there's this massive emphasis around creating a movement in your business. How can you create a movement to bring people along and to really create that large scale impact? That cannot be there unless the mission is present.
Yeah, babe.
And you are the most embodied and
It's my religion, guys.
It's your
My mission
fucking
is my religion.
yeah. So share with me the journey of how you actually anchored into your mission.
It's a great one.
And
babe.
has it changed since this is actually, I'm curious to know, since you
cool.
activated into your mission,
Yep.
has it changed or has it just been like an evolution of clarity?
I love this. It's definitely an evolution. So funnily enough, I was actually writing on a whiteboard yesterday my mission. And
Of
then
course.
yesterday I wrote a whole entire email to my next mentor. So I basically had to sell myself to my next mentor, by the way, guys. I had to pay him $3,000 just for one sales call when he was going to sell me. I paid him $3,000. Anyway, that's a side tangent. So
Talk about worthiness,
We
Coz.
love
Like, yes,
worthiness.
you have to pay me for you to be sold.
we love that. It was such a permission piece. I was like, yes, oh my God, yes. I mean, like I've done sales calls in the past where people had to pay me $50 or $100, but I was like, this is a whole new level of life. $3,000 for an hour. I love it. So great. Anyway, side tangent again. So the big mission when I first got activated 5 years ago in light language was you will raise the Earth's consciousness to the 5th dimension. And I had no idea when my guides started channeling that through me that would be, that would create a whole entire business that I now have. I had no idea that I'd lead people all over the world, although I had seen these visions in my meditations, I was kind of like, well, that can't be me. I'm a bit too scared to get on stage. Like, there's no way I can create that. And so, yeah, the mission saying you will raise the earth's consciousness to the fifth dimension. I was like, firstly, I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, I had heard the term fifth dimension, but I hadn't actually embodied it or fully grasped the concept on a soul level. And so I then started to do my research. I started to meditate on it more, and then that led me into helping star seeds transform their life. And so my first year of business, I helped 70 people get out of anxiety and depression. And then my second year of business, I helped leaders, visionaries, entrepreneurs, create their mission and bring it to the world. And so I had no idea then that me teaching entrepreneurs to be mission-led would have also then created this huge flow-on effect of my business. And the mission for me was, if I just keep helping other entrepreneurs, that's going to raise the earth's consciousness. Now, in a lot of my sessions, I was doing light language. And the one thing that was different in all my events where I was doing light language. And I was kind of known as like the light language chick. Yet I actually didn't know then that I would create a modality that would quite literally activate starseeds into their mission.
I was literally watching my video this morning of when I activated in light language.
The synchronicities on this podcast is on this.
I have not watched it since it happened, and that was last year.
Last year.
Yeah, that was like May last year.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I was showing Savvy, and I was just like,
there you go.
And then I was looking, I was like, wow. I was like, I've got Nat on the podcast today. I was like, this is so random that I'm watching my light language activation video.
Oh my God.
And it's crazy. I'm like literally crying. And like at the start, I was just crying. And then it was like my whole body was shaking. And that feeling that it was just so much energy coming through me that it was uncontrollable. And then it just started going from there. And it was just like the hand movement. It was such a beautiful moment. And you can just see the remembrance in my soul and on my face in that moment.
Right now. It's like I remember witnessing you, and you were crying, and you're in like your puffer jacket, right?
Yep.
And your hands started to move, and you like light language started to activate in you, and I had this moment of just being like breathtaking. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm witnessing this beautiful girl that I know and that I've journeyed with activate into her soul's mission. And you were just crying of just, like you said, it was just a remembrance flowed through your being. And that was also another moment of like permission of like, actually I'm on the right path. Like, look at what I'm doing for these people. I'm not just teaching people about strategy and energetics in business. I'm actually helping leaders remember who they are here to be. And then of course your whole journey has just gone bing, 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 into this
popped off
this
popcorn.
Incredible like lotus flower opening into the abundance of what you've created and who you've become. And it's like, I realized that the mission here is to raise the earth's consciousness to the fifth dimension. And though how I do that can be different. So at the start, my journey was, helping people transform. And then it came into helping people create a business and their mission. And then it came into light codes, which is now my huge big mission here, is to activate 1 million starseeds across the globe. And we've just put through 700 students over the last 2 years. We've created it now online as an online course for people to digest all around the world. And now, next year our plan is to take it over to the US and over to Europe. And Candy's laughing right now because I told her last week and she goes, I'm coming.
I'm coming with you.
And I was like, of course you are. So it's like this beautiful unending like opening that always happens with my mission. And if I just keep tuning into, I will activate the earth into the fifth dimension. However that then looks as an expression of that mission is what I'm here to do. And then I'm like, I even kind of had this feeling and this knowing, once I activate 1 million people, then that mission that piece of the mission is done, but I still will then it'll grow into another thing. Because then the next thing that's really playing out for me and my partner is we don't want to put our child into school. And so we've been having these conversations over the last couple of days of like, well, we've got a lot of money sitting there. We were supposed to buy a retreat at the start of the year. We decided not to do that. And so we've got enough money to create something pretty fucking cool. And then we're both like, let's just create a school. So we're currently in the process of creating our own 5D spiritual school for children from the ages of 5 all the way through to high school that will incorporate energetics, spirituality, and entrepreneurship. And of course, randomly the other day, I was talking to this lady who I know has owned a couple of Montessori schools, and she also owns her own entrepreneurial high school. And I had this moment, I looked at her and she looked at me, and then again, the remembrance, tears just started streaming down my face. And I was like, will you mentor us? And she was like, I would be honored to. And we just had this moment of hugging and this moment of grace. And I was like, oh my God, I'm actually going to create the New Earth Children School. And then like as the side note, I've always loved the idea of owning like a franchise or owning a company that I can scale globally. And I believe that Warren and I, my beautiful partner, we can create this. So it's like then the mission goes even deeper into legacy for our family and our children, and activating these beautiful children in light language, or activating the parents to then teach the parents intuition so that these kids that are coming in, because their vibration's just so high, we can harness their gifts versus like, you know, you and I had to do all this healing work to then uncover our gifts. These beautiful babies get the opportunity to do it from the word go. And I mean, you know, they chose us before they came down to earth.
Just
we
like
chose
true
them.
generational.
Yeah. Like I feel like our generation, or I think you were in a generation before me. I'm 31, you're 26.
I think we're like cusping.
We're cusping.
Yeah.
We're cusping on the, I don't even know what Gen X or Y Z.
Well, I only figured this out the other
fuck
day
they
because I
are.
put that reel up with me, Claudia, and Bridget, because Bridget's turned 34.
Right.
So she's a millennial.
Right. I think I'm a millennial.
Yeah, millennial. And then Claudia and I were Gen Z.
You're something else.
Something else.
Okay, so we're cusping on two different generations thing. But it's like we've been doing
evolution, the consciousness of what our generation now is the generational chain breakers.
Yes. Yeah. That's
like
what I was
from a
just
collective perspective worldwide as well. Like because of the natural collective evolution of how we're raising the vibration of the earth, and also we're shifting out so many past generational traumas, like so many people collectively worldwide are healing on a deep conscious level. So it's like the generation of the earth is going through deep soul healing and clearing to again give birth to the new paradigm of these beautiful babies. Like that's our collective soul mission.
It's so cool. Like I think about Godwin when he chose me as a mother. I was like, what do you want? And because I'm able to channel him, I'm like, what is it that you need from me? What is it that you desire from me? And it's like home birth outside the system. And I'm like, fuck, outside the system. So it's like he doesn't even have a birth certificate. Like he's completely outside the system. It's so cool. It's like I've been guided by him to literally create the New Earth template, which so many of my community, so many of the adults that work with me need, want, and desire. And so it truly feels like an absolute blessing that I get to lead my movement of starseeds or even just spiritual entrepreneurs that are seeking this alternative way of living and being. And it's like coming back to the mission piece, it's like, here's one blanket mission, but then what's underneath the blanket is all these other cool movements that I get to create. And I love learning. So I'm like, fuck yeah, let me learn all this. Let me absorb all this information. Then let me teach it and then help fucking people. It's so cool.
Yeah.
We get paid to learn and to teach. It's fucking amazing. I love the coaching industry.
I wanted to come to, so you mentioned before that earlier in the year you were like you were hell bent on this retreat space. Like it was happening. Like,
oh my God.
Just like the Lamborghini. You were hell bent on the fucking Lamborghini. Telling the world I'm buying a fucking Lamborghini. Oh, telling the world I'm buying a retreat space.
Do you know how much shame I have?
That's what I wanted to journey into is
I'll lead you there, girlfriend.
Is how you have held yourself through being so outwardly expressed of what you're manifesting and it not manifesting as you
and then feeling
desire,
like a shit cunt
and then feeling shame and then continuing on. Because I feel like so many people would just let that be the reason why they're like, oh, that's maybe this is just not for me, and then just like stop there.
Mm,
And
great.
it's that keeps so many people in a stuck state. How did you move through that? Because like it's
With shame.
yeah. Yeah.
So the Lamborghini thing was like, I kept having these visions of me in the Lamborghini, and I'm like, I'm getting a fucking Lamborghini. I'm going to show other women that they can get whatever the fuck they want. And so I went all in, guys.
Yes.
I was
She did.
prepared. I was
Test
so prepared.
driving Lamborghinis,
Yeah.
everything.
I was
Hiring Lamborghinis. We
hiring
did that photo shoot together of you hiring that Lamborghini.
Hired Lamborghinis, test
Yeah.
rode Lamborghinis, flew to Sydney to actually get this Lamborghini that I really wanted, went through the whole process of actually trying to get it, and we were so close. Like, we had this finance guy who was like, yep, you can do it now. The specifics of the reason why we couldn't do it at the start was because my tax file number had only been, not my tax file number, my
Oh yeah, ABN.
my
or your company
ABN for
and-
this
yeah.
business had only been going for like a year, and to get a loan of $500,000, you have to have had it running for 2 years with different, like, anyway, there was all these specifics that I didn't have. And though he was like, oh fuck, his name is Tony. Tony, you're a fucking legend if you ever listen to this. Tony was like, I'll try and get it for you, Nat. Like, I feel like, because you've been doing 100K cash months for the last fucking 7 months, like, surely we can do something. And I've got a stack of cash that I'm prepared to pay. So I was already, anyway, came to this point where I was like, am I getting it, Tony? And he calls me, he's like, Nat, I can't get you over the line. Like, I've tried everything. And we had tried quite a few people at this point, and I was like, oh my God. Anyway, a week later we found out we're pregnant. So I was like, well, thank fuck we didn't get a Lamborghini.
Because
that
the
would've been
baby
a-
seat is not going in the back of a Lambo.
Can't go in there. No. So I was like, all right, Lamborghini can die for now, and we'll come back to that. So anyway, it is a thing that will have in our future. I totally believe so. And so
Yeah.
then coming out being like, oh, I feel like I've always got a bit of a good excuse though as well, if I'm just being really honest. So I was like, okay, didn't get a Lamborghini. I was sad for about a week, sat in about so much shame. I was like, how can I tell my audience that I'm not getting a Lamborghini?
You're pregnant.
But then I'm like, I'm pregnant. So then I was like, oh, it's okay.
And then people were like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So then I
Don't
felt like I got to use it as an excuse, if I'm being really honest.
Ah.
Now, same thing with the retreat.
Yeah.
So, retreat center. We go there, we take videos, we take photos, we get a
You even do the whole
earth smoother guy to
branding, like-
come out. Like, we got
Oh,
quotes
wow.
up, we had bought and organized all the towels, like silly things like
Oh, what? I
we'd
didn't
gotten-
know that.
Yeah, like we'd organised sheets, we'd organised, like we had a spreadsheet with every single thing that we were about to buy when we hit send. We had all different contractors ready to go. I had people that were ready to live in our place. Like, we had it ready to go because it was a retreat centre that also had a house on it, and I was going to get to our beautiful client to come and live there so that she could A, be there to greet guests, and then B, her partner could also do all the groundskeeping. So like, we had all this ready to go. We had websites up, we had Instagrams done, we had content created, we were ready.
Yeah.
We had the money of equity, like sitting, like we had so much money in our bank account ready to go. And we had gone back and forth with lawyers. Like, we had done this, we had signed that many fucking pieces of paperwork. Like, we had signed this much paperwork. Like, I kid you not, like books, like pieces, so much shit. I'd never bought a property before either. So this was like my first experience. I was like, this is fucked. How
Is
much
that
shit you
normal?
gotta
How much
sign.
paperwork you have to sign?
Well, yes and no, because of the zoning and all this
Okay.
blah, 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 blah shit that I still
Okay.
don't really understand. This is Warren's world. My partner's a property investor. This is his world, not mine. And I'm just like, no. Anyway, we did the pieces. My brain was glitching. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then I give birth to Godwin. We're deep in our baby bubble, and Warren's like, the brokers called me, like, we've got to sign on the dotted line today. And I was like, great, sign. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Babe, like next week, I'm going to fucking post it on social media. We already had a waiting list of clients who were going to buy it, all the pieces. And then he was like, we're not doing it. And I was like, yeah, we are.
Oh, actually, I don't
Have I
think,
told you this?
I don't know.
He sat me down properly, held my hand and was like, babe, I'm not letting us go through this. And I was like, are you fucking joking? I was
I
like,
didn't
we've
know
just spent
this.
6 months signing paperwork. I've sold it on stage. I have literally gotten everything that we need organised. I've had my EA running around like a headless chicken for the past fucking 6 months. Like, we have got email, like we've got email sequences. We've got everything ready to go. And he's like, nah. He's like, right now, this is so much for you to do as a mother, and I'm not letting you do it. You've already got 2 other companies to run. And I was like,
Whoa.
no. And so the wife in me and the mother in me was like, I have to surrender to the masculine. But the inner child of me got on the ground and I literally screamed like a toddler. Like I was on the ground and I was like, no! And I was bawling my eyes out and I was like, you're taking my mission away from me. This is what I said to him. I'm saying this to my partner. We've never had any sort of fight like this. I was like, you're taking my mission away. And then after me throwing my toys out of the cot like a child, like had my tantrum, he actually said to me, I've never witnessed your inner child, and it was so beautiful to witness all of you. And he thanked me.
Oh my God, I want to cry.
And then, it was so big. And then he also said, and I'm so proud of you for actually listening to me. And though I was angry with him for 2 days, like he would come over to me to give me a cuddle and I'd be like, get off me.
No.
But I'm so proud of myself that I let myself be angry and be all of that. And I'm also so blessed and grateful for him because I'm so glad we didn't run that. Like it was such a big investment each month.
Yeah.
Huge investment each month. And we had made that sort of, we had spent that amount of money in other investments prior. So I'd recalibrated to spending that amount of money each month. However, in my baby bubble, in the bliss that I was in, I was like, do I even want to be this big entrepreneur anymore, or do I just want to spend a couple of years to be a mama? And so because I was in that in the energy of like, I want to be a mama, or I just want to serve my baby, like the mission is my baby right now. Is the mission actually leading other women and leading other men in business? Like, is that what I want to do? Because I was in this hazy phase, Warren was like, I have to tune in. So he literally, meditated, did some breath work, tuned in and was like, it's not for us anymore. And he had to hold that frame and knew that I was going to throw a tantrum and hold that for us, because he could see a bigger vision than I could see at that time. Wow. So I spent 2 days being angry with him, and then literally I remember he had Godwin, and Godwin was like this teeny tiny baby. It was like 3 weeks old.
He's still such a teeny
baby. And he had Godwin on the couch, and he was just like, I love you and I know that you will get this. And I then remember going and sitting on him like a baby, just crying, being like, thank you for doing this for us. I know how hard this would have been for him. And then he started crying. He was like, you have no idea how hard this is for me. Because as a side note, guys, me and Warren were friends for 3 years, and 3 years ago, Warren asked me to run a retreat space for him when we were friends.
Oh.
Yeah. Way back then, he was going to buy, because he's been a property investor for such a long time. His dream has always been to run a retreat and own a retreat. So this was also his dream. So we were doing this as a mission dream together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so when that didn't happen, it obviously hurt him too, but I didn't see that because I was so hurt. Mm-hmm. So then, of course, after my 2 days and being a bit more conscious about things, and I sat on him just like crying, and of course we had the most amazing sex afterwards, of course. That's what Warren always does. So anyway, side notes to that. So then, of course, I had to come out. I had to come out to my social media that, hey guys, I'm not running a retreat space anymore. I had to message all my clients, hey babes, you can't book in. Oh my God. Yeah. I felt so much shame for like 2 weeks. But again, I had a good excuse. I had a baby.
You had a baby?
Yeah. But I still allowed myself to feel the shame. And do you know, more than anything else, I felt like I let my community down. Because I had told them that we were going to do this, and I felt so much shame that I'd let them down.
Yeah.
And so I think being able to actually sit with all of my feelings and process all of my feelings allowed myself now to not hold the shame and be like, it was just actually a part of the journey.
Yeah.
And then also too, if we had done the retreat center, we wouldn't be able to create 5D school. So it was like a big blessing in disguise. Yeah. What I think it was as well is like, we were able to be like, okay, cool, we can recalibrate ourselves to the version of us that holds something so big for humanity. Mm-hmm. It actually just looks different. And 5D school is way bigger because we're going to cop so much more hate and so much more projection for creating something that is so out of the system, that is so woo-woo and so fucking, it's going to look so cultish. It's going to look so cultish.
Scientology.
Yeah.
Light languageology.
Yeah, babe. Like we're going to get hammered on social media. And it's like so if I can hold the shame and the guilt and the negativity of people thinking I'm a liar or whatever else for both the Lamborghini and the Motherland, our retreat center, then of course I can actually hold the energetics of creating a school that is here to help humanity. Because, you know, as one thing that I teach you and what I really truly believe as a leader is you have to learn to receive love and also receive hate as a leader, because that is how we grow. There is the law of balance always playing out. So the more hate you cop, actually the more love you have. And that's the more your movement will be created. And so, you know, you've received a lot of hate on social media. I have received bucket loads.
Yeah.
And I really think that as a part of standing for something that you truly believe in, you are going to have people that are going to dislike you.
Yes.
And the more you can hold that as a frequency and as you can hold that as an embodiment, then the bigger your mission actually gets to be. Because like you were saying before, you know, it deters so many people away. People then are like, oh my God, I can't do this. Someone's saying something about me. And actually so funny, I had a call last night with this woman who I coached 4 years ago. So beautiful. And she had a hypnosis business. And she had a client say to her that, you know, you're a shit hypnosis practitioner. I don't want to fucking pay you, like blah, 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 like fully projected on her. But she held so much shame, she didn't tell me as a coach. So that's what she stopped her business.
Whoa.
She stopped her whole entire business, her whole entire mission, because one person said something bad to her. And I'm like, the amount of fucking people that have hated me in my life. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like built this resilience in me of like, I am going to show you how I get to be better.
Yeah.
I'm going to tweak that in my business. I'm going to create a better system. I'm going to create a better format. I'm going to become a better leader.
Yeah.
Every single time I get bad feedback, it's feedback.
It's yes. Yeah.
So how can I be better?
Yeah.
Unless it's the shit kickers online that are like a fat old man behind the
Yeah.
computer screen telling me to go and
like,
kill myself.
whatever.
And you're like,
Yeah, like,
all right,
bros.
all right, Bazza, get fucked.
Fuck
But
off.
otherwise, like if it's not a Bazza or a Karen,
Yeah.
you're like, okay,
You're like,
I'll actually listen and receive and learn and take this as a lesson. And, you know, it's the soul contract. So for me, I felt like there were lots of lessons in that. Like there were so many layers to the lesson. I think felt like the biggest piece for me with my retreat space was like actually surrendering to the masculine and actually listening to my husband and being like, I'm going to be led by him, because I basically lead everything else. Let's be honest. I wear the pants in most other places, but when it does come to like big financial risks like this, it's like, I'm actually going to listen to you. So that was really beautiful. And then it was like, I got to hold all this shame and then release all the shame and then realize that it's okay to do things differently.
Yeah. Do you think that the more shame that you can hold and alchemize, the more successful you will be?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I had this drop in the other day. This is like super random, but it's so relevant. I was just like watching this girl at the gym, and I just could tell that she was so afraid to try the equipment out of the fear of like embarrassment or judgment. And I zoomed out from that and I realized that so many people won't try anything because they're so afraid of what they will look like and the shame that they will carry for not knowing. So they'll just stay small.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck, this is crazy. And it's about like, I just have this mantra running in my brain. Do you ever just have like mantras that just like pop in and then you just run with it for like a few months? And I just keep saying to myself, fail forward.
Fail forward. Oh, I love it.
And I even like with my running, instead of like being more upright, I'm like lean forward because you're going to go faster. And I've been getting like PRs like every single time. And it's just like, even though it's not, because it's no such thing as failure. We know that. It's like number one rule in personal development. It's only ever feedback. So it's like, how can you fail forward faster? And that's going to be the catalyst in that expansion. And even though like you're not getting the Lamborghini and you're not getting the retreat space wasn't failure, it's like the perceived emotion of the shame that is usually accompanied by failure. And I reflect this back to even at the beginning of the year when I went through the legal trademark dispute, and this lady was trying to sue me for almost $400,000, and like all of the things, like the fucking shame and the fucking guilt and the failure that I was experiencing was actually me like tripping and falling forward like leaps and bounds. And now there's like
you can hold that.
copying projections of other people and I've been getting a lot of like projections recently, and I just like look at it. I'm like,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's just that capacity
Yeah.
of holding that feels like a crumb because I was initiated through the evolution of that big fucking shit at the beginning of the year. And I'm like, oh, every rejection is just redirection, and it's also teaching you to expand your capacity to hold more, just like the polarity piece of like receiving hate online. That's actually just allowing you to hold greater capacity to receive love. So it's like when someone messages you that, you know, that you need to go and do your fucking healing, even yeah, you're just like, cool,
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, it's always
Thank
like the
you.
universe, like I always say this, like your guides, if we zoom out into 5D, like you said, like your guides are always setting you up to succeed. And so it's just seeing the lessons in every layer, even when it feels so shitty and so uncomfortable, is because they are always there to guide you.
That's
and
why they're called spirit guides.
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 And it's just like we are set up to succeed for our missions, especially if we're listening. And so, yeah, I think in business, especially because this is the biggest self-development, you know, ground that we have, like in business, like we're always being guided. So,
and I believe
yeah,
that
lots of beautiful
business
lessons.
and the entrepreneurial journey is the most spiritual journey that you can embark on, because the level of self-trust that you are required to yield to move through projections and obstacles and challenges, it's spiritual evolution. Like they say business is personal development on crack. I think it's business is spiritual evolution and enlightenment on crack.
I'm like this with you. I'm like, I fucking yeah. Oh my God, it's so true. And then the next layer, which I'm so excited for you to journey one day, is giving birth. Fuck! Giving birth and like being so conscious of like your vagina opening up and expanding. Oh, babe, my boy came in and out of my vagina. I was like, yep, okay, this is happening.
Yeah.
It's like literally one of those moments where you're like,
I'm splitting in half.
I'm splitting in half.
But that when we were talking about this the other day, and it was like literally like I'm splitting in half.
Yeah.
And I this sounds weird, but I was visualizing
my
that.
vagina splitting in half.
But it was actually
Would
no.
make sense.
I could see it was like what I was seeing is a mother with the pregnant belly, and it was just like a silhouette, and she was kind of kneeling, pregnant belly, like leg, like hips open, and it was just a silhouette of like golden white light. And as the baby came through, it was like it split in half and it peeled away that layer, and that just went up into light for love and healing. And it was like this whole new identity came through with the child in her arms. Like that's the visual I got when you were explaining your story. And I was so like, beautiful. This is so strange to be like envisioning just like your vagina splitting, but it was like so
it was
beautiful.
So much more beautiful.
It was so much more beautiful.
Yeah, it didn't feel like that at the time. But that's so cool. And I feel like, the next big evolution that I've come into is like motherhood is so testing. And I believe it's the hardest thing I've ever done, but yet the most rewarding. Like business was a playground for this version of me that's teaching this little human every day. It's so cool. So anyway, one day, I know we're journeying lots of things in our life together, but one day I can't wait to watch you do that. Like whenever that is, if ever that is a thing. And just, it's so cool. So thanks for witnessing me on all my journeys, babe.
Oh my God.
And vice versa. Like it's just been such an honor. I'm thinking, I've got like all the layers of every version of us. I wish we had photos of little Natalie and little Candy.
Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely some. There's some floating.
I actually have the best photo. I'll show you afterwards of me and Warren. I found a photo of us when we were team at another training 3 years ago.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. We've got the t-shirts on and everything. Yeah, so good. I'll show you. I look so different, and so does Warren. Warren is fit as fuck. I was like, we've got mum and dad bods right now, babe.
Warren and his dad.
It's just a season, doll. It's just a season.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so great. The evolution of our souls, hey?
Oh,
it's fucking cool.
That's so great.
And what will be even cooler is watching us in another 2 years.
I know.
Yeah. Like we're going to take over the whole world in 2 years. So fucking buckle on in, bitches.
Yeah. We'll
Like,
be riding. We'll be
yeah.
like, this will be like a live stadium stage
Oh,
interview that we'll soon have.
100%.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, fuck
How
yeah.
good, doll.
Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
just you. I always say, I'm like, I just love you so much, but I don't think you understand like how much I love you and how grateful and thankful that I am and how much I feel so blessed every time I'm in your proximity, in your presence. I just love you so much. So thank you for seeing me through all of my evolutions and my identities. I believe everyone needs a mentor in their life who sees through them to their soul. Because I know that you believe in me more than I believe in myself half the time.
You're the most amazing. Like literally every week when we get on a 15-minute call every Tuesday. And literally I just want to pump you up. I'm just like, you are the best. What was I saying to you last week? You're more elite than everyone else in our industry. I was like, you are 26 years old, babe. I was fucking 29 doing this. I was like, you are actually where I was when I was almost 30. I was like, you are the best. Like you are way more elite than every single person in this industry. And I went through like all these people in the industry. I was like, you shit all over everyone. You're just the best. You are the best.
I'm like, that's all I need. If I just get on the phone to you every 15 minutes, you say this to me, I'll be like, all right, let's go.
And even like my whole family, like we're all invested in Candy's life. Like we're so invested in your
dad
well-being.
and your mom.
Yeah,
and, like, your whole family, literally, your brother, sister-in-law. I love this so much.
Babe, you're amazing.
Oh, I'm invested in your whole family. Literally, I do.
I know, you're so great. So as you see me, I see you. And all of the blessings that you get as I am your mentor, I equally get the lessons as on the other side here watching you. And it's so beautiful to witness all your growth and all your journey. And it's like, wow, I feel like a proud mum. I've said this to you a million times, but I feel like a proud mum witnessing her child go out into the world and just like ace it. Like you just smash everything. And I'm just like, she's so elite. Look at Candy now. Wait till you guys see her wait till you see her photos. I was like to Warren, I was like, stop everyone, stop. Like, look at these photos. Look at Candy. Like you can't get any more iconic than you. Like you are just the best. You're the best of the best of the best. So babe, I fucking love you. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for choosing yourself. Fucking
I love you so much. All right. So since you've had your rebrand on social media, where can people find you? And also you are running light codes again this year. This is your first one this year?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh my God. So the place and the space where I was activated into my mission that gave me the conviction, the confidence, and all the pieces that allowed me to fully step into the ownership of what I'm here to do happened in this room. So it is my gift to even have this platform for you to feel, if you feel called forward into this space, it is happening for a reason and you're listening for a reason. So Light Codes is happening October
1st to 4th. Yep.
Yes. Amazing.
And then also 28th of January to the 31st.
Amazing.
Thank you, my beautiful.
And how do people find you?
So we will also be doing Light Codes on Zoom. So you can do that anywhere in the world and also in person on the Gold Coast. So you're more than welcome to come. I'm sure you're going to pop in for those some days as well.
Yes, of course.
I'll get you on stage. Why not?
Yes.
Let's have some
if I'm
fun
not
together.
in Peru, but I think that's happening later. I've got some updates.
I can't wait to hear the updates. Okay.
Anyway, so I'll probably be there.
Great. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yes.
We have to have famous Candy in the room.
Of course.
So you can find me on Instagram at Natalie Cutajar. Cutajar spelled Cutajar. Light Codes. Natalie Cutajar was actually already used. I was like, who has this name on Instagram? Like, what?
It is used.
Yeah, it's used.
Oh.
I was like, I have to put light codes afterwards.
Oh, of course, because you're the light code queen.
Yes, darling.
Light language queen, of course. Oh my God.
So
and also SBS on demand.
Oh yes, SBS on demand. My TV show came out the other day, guys. Yeah. So if you guys do want to come to Light Codes, if you want to learn anything about it, literally go to the link in my bio. So simple.
Yes, and the link will be in the show notes below.
Yum.
Amazing.
Love
Thank you, beautiful souls, for listening in. I know this episode is a treat, and I will see you in the next episode of the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. Bye.
Bye.